turn it,
We'll turn green.
because it's Zoom, cameras, it was on the great time to do
You know.
that. I'll remind y'all.
Good thing you know that.
Yes, you are. I got it right here.
I heard that wheel turn.
I'd like to call the Halifax County Board of Supervisors regular meeting to order on Monday, May 4th, 6:30 p.m. The invocation will be by Supervisor Witt, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by myself. All stand and rise, please.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we give you thanks for this day and for all the blessings that we enjoy. We ask you to heal the sick and to comfort those in need. We give a special thanks to our first responders who serve and protect that we may enjoy our liberties and pursuit of happiness. We ask that you guide and direct this board as we conduct the business of our local government. These things we ask in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Attendance roll call, please.
Supervisor Riddle. Chair Roller.
Present.
Supervisor Oaks.
Present.
Supervisor Witt.
Here, present.
Vice Chair Smart. Supervisor Thompson.
Present.
Supervisor McDowell. Supervisor Claiborne.
Present.
Mr. Chair, we have a quorum.
It is my understanding that Supervisor McDowell is out of town and would like to participate remotely. Is there a motion to allow remote participation for Supervisor McDowell?
So moved.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, it's been properly moved by Supervisor Claiborne, second by Supervisor Oaks to allow remote participation by Supervisor McDowell. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Okay, is Keith online or you hadn't got him? Okay,
I'm not 100% sure he was gonna be back in time.
okay.
It's not,
So
it's
normally,
not on to let me in, let him in.
okay, he can't let you know, so, okay, okay. Okay, the next item would be adoption of agenda. And I believe we have an addition.
Yeah, Chair Roller, the one addition that we have is for the modifications to the budget calendar. And we recommend adding that as item L1.
It's what name?
L1.
L1, okay.
Mr. Chairman, with that addition, I would like to recommend the approval of the agenda. Second, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, it's been properly motioned by Supervisor Witt and seconded by Supervisor Oaks to approve to adopt the agenda with the addition of the budget calendar update listed as L1 on the agenda. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. The motion carries. The next item is approval of minutes. I do have one minor change on page 41 of the Policy and Personnel Committee meeting. We referenced 92 Bridge on Dan River, that would be Stanton River. So, any other additions or corrections to minutes? I'd be glad to entertain a motion for approval.
So moved, Mr. Chairman, with the modification. Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned by Supervisor Oaks and seconded by Supervisor Thompson to approve the minutes with the modifications as noted. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. The minutes are approved. The next item on the agenda is, let's see, consent agenda approval. That would be the warrants for March 2026 and also the treasurer's report, March 31st, 2026 on page 65 and 66.
I move approval of the consent agenda. Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned by Supervisor Witt and seconded by Supervisor Thompson to approve the consent agenda. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Next, we have recognitions. The first one is Resolution 2026-9, Ruritan Awareness Month. And I will be presenting that. Do we have one from Ruritans here?
Yeah, we got some Ruritans
Okay.
here.
Yeah, if y'all would come forward, please. Okay, y'all give me 1 second.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the resolution designating May 2026 as Ruritan Awareness Month.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned by Supervisor Oaks and seconded by Supervisor Witt to approve Resolution 2026-9, Ruritan Awareness Month. May and anyway, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Okay, the resolution passes. So now I get to present the resolution. (2026-9) resolution, Ruritan Awareness Month, May 2026. Whereas Ruritan National had its beginning on May 21st, 1928 by community leaders in Holland, Virginia, and has grown to become America's leading community service organization. And whereas during the past 98 years, Ruritan has grown to an organization of more than 20,000 members and 799 clubs throughout 24 states. And whereas men and women of all professions, ages, and ethnic backgrounds are Ruritan members, and whereas Ruritan's pledge to support urban and rural communities in times of stress and need through fellowship, goodwill, and community service. And whereas Ruritan, under its motto, fellowship, goodwill, and community service, has made substantial contributions to the well-being of the citizens of Halifax County and of the nation. Now, therefore, we, the Halifax County Board of Supervisors, do hereby recognize May 2026 as Ruritan Awareness Month, adopted this 4th day of May 2026. So, okay.
Ladies, I take it I didn't win the raffle. So
No, you did not, I'm sorry.
don't think Riordan's do good work, go to one of their breakfasts or suppers.
The next resolution recognition is resolution 2026-10, Men's Health Week, Halifax County, on page 69. Mr. Bray, you will present.
Yes. Whereas Men's Health Month is part of an ongoing international effort to educate men, boys, and their families about the importance of preventative health screenings or preventive health screenings, early detection, and healthy lifestyles. And whereas nationwide, men have a life expectancy that is approximately 6 years shorter than that of women and experience higher rates of chronic disease, including diabetes, obesity, cancer, heart disease, and premature mortality. And whereas Men's Health Month provides an opportunity to recognize the mental and physical health needs of men and boys, while encouraging fathers and caregivers to serve as positive role models through preventive care, healthy living, and help-seeking behaviors. And whereas the growing epidemic of deaths of despair, including deaths related to suicide, substance use disorders, alcohol misuse, and homelessness, underscores the urgent need to raise awareness of unrecognized and undiagnosed depression, mental stress, and emotional distress among boys and men. And whereas the centerpiece of Men's Health Month is National Men's Health Week, a special awareness period passed by Congress and signed into law on May 31st, 1994, and observed annually through the efforts of Men's Health Network to build health empathy, recognition, and understanding of the unique health needs facing men and boys. Now, therefore, we, the Halifax County Board of Supervisors, do hereby proclaim June 15th through 21st, 2026 as Men's Health Week in Halifax County, Virginia, adopted this 4th day of May, 2026. Signed by Chair Roller, attested by Ron Brady Clark.
Okay, I'm really glad to entertain a motion to approve that resolution.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, it's been properly motioned by Supervisor Oaks and seconded by Supervisor Thompson to approve resolution 2026-10, Men's Health Week in Halifax County. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Okay, the motion carries. I think the next resolution, we have that in our board. If someone would like to make a motion to approve that resolution prior to presenting, we can hand those certifications out.
I'll make a motion, we approve resolution 2026-13.
Okay.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, it's been properly motioned by Supervisor Witt and seconded by Supervisor Oaks to approve resolution number 2026-13. Recognizing Halifax County Police Department Officer Jeremy King and Halifax County Senior Officer Justin Boyd for life-saving actions. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Okay, the resolution is carried, is approved.
So I'm gonna read this one with the two gentlemen, with Jeremy, please come forward. It's my pleasure to get to read this resolution, Halifax Police Department, and we often take for granted our first responders. We sleep at night and we don't worry about people breaking in your home and if the house catches on fire, at least the fire department will be there. We often don't take that for granted, but these two gentlemen did jump into action immediately, and I want to read the resolution. Whereas on February 21st, 2026, at 5:17 p.m., the Halifax Police Department received a report of an overturned vessel with a victim believed to be drowning at 1071 LP Bailey Highway. Whereas Officer J. King and Senior Officer J. Boyd responded immediately to the emergency call and arrived on the scene without delay. Whereas upon arrival, the officers observed a victim in the water in clear distress, with the victim's head repeatedly submerging and resurfacing. And whereas recognizing the imminent danger to the victim's life, Officer King entered the frigid water without hesitation and swam to the victim, while Senior Officer Boyd positioned himself strategically on the dock to assist in the rescue. Whereas Officer King successfully made contact with the victim and guided both the victim and the overturned vessel toward the shoreline. Whereas Officer Boyd assisted in safely removing the victim from the water upon reaching shore. And whereas the victim was subsequently evaluated by rescue personnel and found to have sustained no injuries. And whereas the swift actions, teamwork, sound judgment, and courage demonstrated by Officer King and Senior Officer Boyd were instrumental in preventing a potential tragedy. Whereas their conduct reflects the highest standards of public service and brings great credit upon themselves and the Halifax Police Department. Now therefore be it resolved that the Halifax County Board of Supervisors hereby recommends and recognizes Officer J. King and Senior Officer J. Boyd for their outstanding bravery, professionalism, and life-saving actions on February 21st, 2026. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be presented to both of you and a token of appreciation and recognition for their exemption and service to the community, and this will be recorded in the Halifax County Board of Supervisors minute book. So let's have a round of applause for these gentlemen. You get this.
The next item on our agenda is the citizens' comment section. The guidelines, remove headgear. Please speak into the microphone and while you're talking, and also clearly state your name and address so we can have correspondence if needed. You may address any issue not on the agenda for public hearing or where public hearing has been held and no action taken. Questions shall be directed to the chair. No applause or comments from audience. Conduct in meetings, state shouting, profanity, threats, personal attacks, and other similar actions are unacceptable. And also language or actions which insult or demean any person or group of persons, or which, when directed at a public official or employee, is not related to his official duties, is prohibited. So with that, the floor is now open for citizens' comments.
Oh, I thought you were going. Sorry.
Thank you, Supervisor Roller. Just want to introduce myself. Is this okay?
Yes,
I'm pretty loud with that, so I can go on. It's fine. Just want to introduce myself. My name is Mac Flores with Urban Grid. We are the company that owns and operates 2 energy developments here in Halifax County, Crystal Hill and Alton Post Office. Just wanted to stand here today and give y'all a little update on our kind of work from last year and moving into this year coming in. Last year, we hosted a fire safety training for our fire district here in Halifax County. As our commitment to safety, we want to continue to do that. We're going to be looking at hosting another training at the end of this year, so we'll be in touch with Fire Emergency Services. Urban Grid was also awarded Energy Developer of the Year from Energy Right here in the state of Virginia. We're very proud of that achievement. That was because of our site here at Crystal Hill. Just wanted to update you all on that as well. Lastly, we do have some work going on our site right now. We've got our EPC contractor out there handling some civil work. This work should not have any impact to the public. We're just simply having some more vegetative buffers that are put up. They're cleaning up some frontage roads that are within and a little outside of the site boundary Again, no issues should be with the public, but I will leave my card and my information. If anybody has questions and they want to get in touch with me, they can. Because of the work that's being done, we have removed the sheep from Crystal Hill. They'll likely be put back at the end of this month. So we're looking at probably at the end of June, July, we'll have about 300 total sheep grazing on both Alton Post Office and at Crystal Hill. So, again, just wanted to be quick, give you all an update on what's going on. Happy to answer any other questions now or later. Again, I'll leave my information, but please feel free to reach out. If anybody here or anybody in the public is interested in learning more about our sites, I'm happy to meet you there, happy to show you around, happy to introduce you to our sheep, and we can certainly facilitate a tour if that's something that anybody's interested in. So thank you again.
Thank you.
I'll just leave my cards right here if anybody is interested. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Good afternoon, Supervisors. Mr. Roller. First thing I want to mention is actually coming from the Southside Virginia Conservatives Club. As citizens of Halifax County, we ask you to reaffirm the Second Amendment Sanctuary Resolution as passed December 2nd, 2019. We realize that reaffirming our county as a Second Amendment sanctuary county does not have legal effect. However, it does demonstrate to Sheriff Clark, the Board of Supervisors, and the majority of its citizens in Halifax County back him as he performs his duty to uphold the Constitution of the United States and the Commonwealth of Virginia against unconstitutional laws that have been enacted. These laws not only affect guns used for self-defense, but many guns used for hunting as well as recreational shooting. The political party that you support privately should have nothing to do with this decision to uphold your oath, to support the American Constitution as well as the Constitution of Virginia. The issue here is the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution in Article 1, Section 3 of the Bill of Rights of the Commonwealth of Virginia, both of which you as representatives of the County of Halifax County have sworn to uphold. As we have all had our attention focused lately, elections have consequences. Disarming is a mistake free people only get to make once. And I would like to enter this in. I've got you a copy here. Real quickly, the second thing, and I'm so sorry for the loss in Robbie Smart's family, but one thing that Robbie and I started this past week was I am encouraging and inviting every board member to contact me, and let's do town halls in each of your districts. I started off with Robbie simply because we had been talking about it. A lot of people don't come to these meetings, and I think it would be absolutely wonderful if we went and met the constituents where they are. I'm more than willing to MC these, to keep everything going smoothly and to keep everything on track. So please, I do urge each of you to contact me to do this. You pick the dates. You pick the location in your community. I will promote it. I will be there. I will, make sure everything runs smoothly and that there's no gotchas. That's not what this is meant to be. This is for the citizens of this county that don't make it to the Board of Supervisors meetings. I want us to go and meet them where they are, where they're comfortable. And I do sincerely hope that each of you will reach out to me, and let's do this in your community. Let's reach out to all the constituents and let them see that you are truly interested in what matters to them. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your consideration, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.
How many members in that club?
Thank you. Anyone else?
No.
Seeing no,
Could I ask how many members are in the Southside Conservative Club?
say, at this point, right now, we have, I think it's 20 paid members right now, and every week, every month, we have different people that show up. Some just come once, and then some they join us every year.
Okay.
Anyone else for citizens' comments? Okay, I will close the floor for citizens' comments. There are no public hearings or presentations. We'll move on to committee reports. The Policy and Personnel Committee, and that's page 73 and 74. And I think some information was inadvertently left over a package on that was provided tonight on the two items for the board. The first item before the board, and I will, Ron, do you want to explain? I'll explain if you want me to, or you can correct me if you think.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, in July 31st, 2023, the Policy and Personnel Committee passed a motion it's in regard to qualifications to have your portrait displayed on the wall in the board meeting room. At the time, the motion was to be 3 terms. It's my understanding everyone that's displayed in here now presently served 3 terms or more. The motion that come before the board was that your 3 terms, or if you serve 2 terms and serve as chairman or vice chairman, you would be qualified for it. When it comes to the board vote, was a lot of discussion in the at that time, it seemed the consensus of his board was, by looking at the minutes, was that it felt like that we need to adhere by the past policy, and you need to serve 3 terms on the board to be eligible for have your portrait displayed in this room. Anyway, a motion was made for the 2 terms, but it failed. And so basically, we don't have a policy now. So what we are presenting to the board tonight, and I believe, let me to it. Okay. I made a motion, was seconded by Supervisor Witt, to recommend to the full board to establish a policy that any member serving 3 terms is eligible for a portrait display in the boardroom. So, this is coming from a committee, so this is a motion, open motion on the floor. So I would guess I will now open the floor for discussion.
There was maybe a small exception here with Supervisor Panel. He served 2 3/4 terms and then 2 full terms. So he served almost 3 terms in this. The last one, I think, wasn't the Supervisor Fitzgerald? What's the last one? I'm talking to Supervisor Witt. I think it was Supervisor Fitzgerald. That last portrait that went up.
He's talking about the last
The last portrait that went up. Do you remember?
I don't know.
You don't remember it?
I don't remember.
But I think he served 2 terms as that chairman, but Supervisor Panel almost made it to 3 terms. I think y'all recall it was back when Supervisor-elect Womack resigned from the board.
Yeah.
And then Ray Owens took over for about 6 months until they had a special election. So, but I would just ask for just a small addendum in relation to Supervisor Panel because he almost served 3 terms.
Okay, are you making a motion to amend this
To
motion?
amend my motion to amend.
Okay,
Because he almost served,
okay,
and y'all also said it would be up to the supervisor to determine whether or not they wanted a portrait after 3 terms too.
Well, I mean, it's a motion on the floor to
Yeah.
amend. Is there
No,
a second?
No, I think, can I speak to it?
Yes, yes, please.
We're instituting a policy and they're gonna make an exception the first thing we do. I don't think that's the way you do business. If we have a policy, let's follow it. You know, there'll be exceptions all along the way. Somebody else gonna want one because they did 3.5, and then, you know, we just keep on going. So I think you make a policy and stick to it.
Well, his is, based on the, past policy that we had before. He's no longer a member. We're passing that vote tonight.
There is no
for that,
past
and we
policy.
should stick to it. What's that?
There is no past policy.
That's what I said. I said his is based on what we did in the past, okay? So he was there from this point on. I agree with you that we should stick to the past policy. I mean, to the, policy that we're passing tonight. But there was no past policy when he was serving. And that's the only thing that we relied on. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Is there a second to that, addendum to the motion? If not, it fails. We have a motion on the floor for 3 full terms to be eligible for the portrait on that. Is there any further discussion? Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign.
No,
Okay. The motion passes. The next item that come out of the Policy and Personnel Committee, is adopting a resolution, to support the naming of the bridge at, Highway 92 in honor of Jennifer Nichols. It's, you know, I reckon I'm really familiar with her. She was the same age as my older daughter, and they went to school together. But just to give some of the reason behind this, and the family have been pursuing this. You know, she was born April 12th, 1897, in Halifax County with spinal fibula. 1997, sorry. 1987, I'm sorry, okay. With spinal fibula, a condition that left her paralyzed from her waist down and relied on a wheelchair. She served as an ambassador for the Halifax County March of Dimes under the late Walter Braveboy. She was actively involved in numerous community efforts. She supported church and fire department fundraiser, helped sell raffle tickets, and contributed to any cause that benefited her community. So every Christmas she would take on 2, 3, or 4 angel tree children without hesitation. And she helped with collections like the Buckets for God's Pit Crew, and never seemed to turn away an opportunity to give back. She continued her education at Surfside, Virginia High Ed Summit and South Boston campus, where she earned an Associate of Arts and Science degree in General Studies, and she was inducted into the Pi Theta Kappa Honor Society and pursued further studies online at Old Dominion University, aspiring to become an elementary school teacher. She was unable to finish her degree because of health. She also served as a senior class treasurer, participated in FBLA, Habitat for Humanity, SAD, SCA, and this. She donated to the Liberty Disaster Fund, supported Halifax County Red Cross, rang the bell for Salvation Army, and was consistent one of the top fundraisers for the Halifax County Cancer Association. Along with her cousin Connie Martin, they helped start a tutoring service at a local church down there. And anyway, immediately after the bridge was closed, she became an advocate for it, get people to sign petitions, writing letters to the state to have it repaired. And yeah, I'm kind of, you know, somehow that bridge got funded for repair, and it's in work now. You know, tragically, she lost her life in February of 2021 due to complications related to COVID. And she was rooted in Culver, Virginia, is where she lived. She made direct lasting influences to that community. And yeah, I think it would be very appropriate for this board to pass a resolution or pass the adopt a resolution to support in support of VDOT naming the bridge in her honor. And anyway, that was the recommendation from the committee, and there's a motion on the floor. I missed anything wrong?
No, that's good.
Okay. No, so the floor is now open for discussion on the on adopting a resolution and supporting her to be named. And then also, you know, Charlotte County is on the other side of the bridge, and they felt like that not a lot of population on the other side, especially where it's located. When you go off 92, you only quarter mile, you're right on 360. So it's basically it was an old 360 bridge going through Clover before the 4-lane went through. That's where the bridge is located. So.
And the Charlotte County Administrator indicated that they were willing to follow our lead on the naming of the bridge. So I would pass that information on to him subsequent to the decision that the board makes.
Mr. Chairman, I don't think it's anybody any more appropriate to have that bridge named after than Jennifer Nichols.
I know she's very community involved, so I feel like. Anyway, it's further discussion. So motion on the floor. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Okay, the motion passes. New business, relocation of polling precincts, page 76 through 82, and that would be Heather Harding.
Heather, would you pull that microphone toward you just a little bit, please?
We good now? Yeah. Good? Okay. Consideration to schedule a public hearing for the relocation of 3 polling places. We were actually asked the beginning of last year about moving the Virginia precinct and the Mount Carmel precinct. They're both located in the fire departments. So the Mount Carmel precinct has now purchased the Tuberville Rotary Club and would like us to move our polling place there and get us out of the bay at the fire department. Virgilina, I believe, acquired a former Mason Lodge or something, and they have really redone that. And that's pretty much located sort of behind the current polling place, the fire department, and they are also asking that we leave the fire department and go into that renovated building. The only other one we have is the Black Walnut precinct that is currently at the Community Child Action Care Center up on the hill at Riverdale. Parking is an issue up there. I believe there's the Child Care Center. I believe there's Tri-County Community Action maybe there and a credit union in the front. So it's causing some confusion about where to actually go to vote. And the parking is not very good up there. So we're asking that be moved to the TJM Community Center. I know we've talked before about, trying to keep our polling places in air buildings, air county buildings, but the TJM Community Center has graciously offered us that at no cost to use for our elections. Now, the TJM Center will need no kind of renovations. They have done everything up there. It's ready to go. Mount Carmel did have the porch of the Tuberville Roaching Club redone, and you will see that bill submitted. That was just an invoice that the fire chief gave me and said, hey, is there any way we can get a little bit of money on that? Okay, it's not mandatory. So now the Virgilina precinct, when I talked with the chief there are actually two doors there. And one would have needed a handicap ramp, but when speaking to my chief election official for Virgilina, and I understand this completely, for safety reasons, they would like to only have one entrance into that building. So there, if anything is needed there, it may be a small portable ramp. So I gave you two code sections, sorry, that talk about what the county's responsibility is for polling. You guys do have a little bit of responsibility in the cost. So, and when these times can be moved, and I feel like I'm sort of rushing this through, but because of the change in my elections and the special election, I don't have a lot of time to get this done. So, do you have any questions for me or my electoral board?
You had some carryover money left in your budget, did you not?
Yes, yeah, I will. So, and also, I've spoken with Mr. Braid about this as far as my budget. Because I didn't have a June election, I was able to fund the special with those funds. And my understanding was we would be reimbursed partially for the April election through the state, but I have not got that reimbursement yet.
We'll be under the wire on the criteria that the state established for notification to the public and getting letters out to all the voters in the districts.
What I was hoping for was to get this done the same time if this redistricting special election question passed. But we still don't have an answer from the Virginia Supreme Court. You know, I was trying to think of a way I could save some postage because the state will mail out those notices. But it will require me to get about 3,200 notices in the mail in a couple days, but we can get that done.
But what you are asking for us tonight is for us
Just
to,
consider holding a public hearing.
to hold a public hearing on May 19th, for these proposed changes. Okay.
So, Mr. Chairman, will we need two motions so that we can cover the expenses at Tuberville for they put in a handicap access ramp and made repairs?
I think that, I feel like that needs to be separate from this, public hearing, but, I mean, you was talking about some carryover funds there too, so,
Yeah.
but we have that request and we probably do that.
Well, I'll make the motion that we, do the public hearing for the relocation of the polling precincts in Black Walnut Precinct, Mount Carmel Precinct, and Virgilina Precinct, as soon as practical, calendar-wise.
Okay, well, the Board of Supervisors, May 19th meeting,
Okay, at
Yeah.
the May 19th meeting of the Board of Supervisors.
yes. Is that a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned by Supervisor Oaks and seconded by Supervisor Thompson to, for us to schedule a public hearing for the relocation of Black Walnut Precinct, the Mount Carmel Precinct, and the Virgilina Precinct at the Board of Supervisors, May 19th, 2026 meeting. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Thank you. The next item under new business is the VDOT smart scale resolution. And that's page 83 through 92. And Mr. Jay Brown, I believe, will be proceeding on that.
My name is Jay Brown. I am the acting assistant residency administrator for VDOT Halifax Residency. Joined here tonight by Aaron Gravitt. He is your assistant resident engineer for Halifax Residency. we're here tonight to talk about the VDOT Smart Scale. Of course, you know, we're in the application process right now. The board had recommended to move forward with 3 applications in the pre-app process. It's 58 and Route 751 turn lane improvements, the Cyanide Road pedestrian project, and then the 501 and Greens Valley Road intersection improvements. And we are here tonight asking for a resolution of support to move forward with the final applications for those 3 projects. So, any questions or anything?
Okay, so no turnabouts. No turnaround,
No roundabouts.
roundabouts, no roundabouts, no roundabouts.
Man, I was looking forward to it.
These are all good projects,
Amen.
I believe, so, and all of them are needed, or certainly could be used.
Okay,
Are there any alternative projects anybody wants to talk about?
I'd be happy to entertain a motion to approve, to adopt resolution 2026-15.
So moved, Mr. Chairman, that we adopt resolution 2026-15 to approve the smart scale applications in Halifax County as mentioned.
Okay.
Second.
Okay. It's been properly motioned by Supervisor Oaks and seconded by Supervisor Thompson for us to adopt resolution 2026-15. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Well, the resolution is adopted.
Thank you all for meeting with us and listening to what we said, and good job.
Thank you very much for your participation.
Okay. The next item is resolution 2026-14, 6-year plan for secondary roads, page 93 through 99. With the same presenter.
Yes, and I think we noted the last time we met that the plan that was published to the public had one error in it, and that was for the Adams Trail. It was for the length. I think it showed a half a mile, and the corrected amount was 1.2 miles. And that's reflected in the report that you guys have
Now,
now.
I did notice that Adams Trail, so that's, well, just looking at the cost on it, I guess there's a lot of mobilization and stuff, and you're not really looking about tenths of a mile on cost, I would guess.
We had to update the cost for that to include the 1.2 miles, so
Okay.
that is reflected in that overall length.
Okay, very good. Any questions? I'd be glad to entertain a motion to adopt the resolution for our 6-year plan.
So move.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
It's been properly motioned by Supervisor Witt and seconded by Supervisor Oaks to adopt resolution 2026-14, approving the VDOT 6-year plan for secondary roads in Halifax County for fiscal years 2027 through 2032. Any further discussion? If none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. The motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you all very much. Thank you.
The next item under new business, item 4, is the tourism zone, pages 100 through 104. And I believe that's Mr. Easley, will you address that?
Sure. So, Mr. Chair, you have in your package a recommendation from the Planning Commission to approve a new tourism zone and our zoning ordinance. So we held a public hearing last month, joint meeting. So this is a new zone to increase more commercial industries in our county. and a more tax increase and a tax credit to more industries to come and to maintain current industries in the county. So you do have the ordinance in your package, and we do have a resolution that we need to read as we approve this ordinance on page 104.
Okay.
Just the top section, not the, just whereas the board to approve if you choose to do so. And Mr. Brian Brown is here as well, if any questions on the maps or the ordinance itself.
And Mr. Brown, can you just summarize that for the benefit of the public?
Sure.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, thank you for allowing me to speak for a moment on this. The tourism zone is a partnership with Virginia Tourism to allow for the creation of tourism-based businesses. And this allows the county to set incentives that will be used to help attract hotel development, sit-down style restaurant development, as well as outfitters for our community. It is rewarding investments of $500,000 or more for new construction and $250,000 or more for existing construction. This will allow us to, again, also remove some of the current enterprise zone areas where we have maps designed, which will allow us to offer additional areas of incentive, because that one we are limited by how much space we have, whereas this zone, we can make changes to it and can encompass a much larger area. So it allows us to offer additional incentives as part of our overall strategy for economic development.
Yeah. Thank you.
So I reckon when the motion is made, the whole article needs to be read into the minutes, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Top of page 104.
Okay. Who would like to make that motion?
I'll make a motion, I'm not bashful.
Yeah, okay.
And we're reading from the top, ordinance number 2026-XXX. An ordinance amending and reenacting chapter 53 zoning of the code of the county of Halifax, Virginia, 2006 by amending and reenacting Article 1, General Section 53.2, establishment of districts, and enacting Article XV, that'd be 15, tourism zones. Whereas the Board of Supervisors of the County of Halifax, Virginia, the board, has determined that it is in the best interest of the County of Halifax, Virginia, that the county permit the design and development of tourism zones in the county, and whereas the board has determined that it is in the best interest of the County of Halifax, Virginia, that Chapter 53, zoning of the Code of the County of Halifax, Virginia, the code, be amended to allow for such tourism zones in order to promote sustainable tourism-based economic development within designated areas of Halifax County and South Boston by encouraging private capital investments, destination-oriented development, job creation, and increased visitor spending by amending and reenacting Article 1, General Section 53-2, establishment of districts, and enacting Article 15, tourism zones. And whereas this ordinance has been advertised as required by Virginia Code Section 15.2-1427, parenthesis F, and 15.2-2204, and has undergone properly advertised public hearings by the Halifax County Board of Supervisors on April 26, 2026. Now therefore be it ordained by the Board of Supervisors of the County of Halifax, Virginia. Is that enough, or do I need to read further?
That's enough.
Thank you. That would be my motion.
Thank you.
Second, Ted.
Okay, it's been properly motioned by Supervisor Oaks and seconded by Supervisor Witt, and I will not repeat that motion. The floor is now open for discussion. Any discussion regarding this? Okay, everyone in favor of amending And, this ordinance signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. The motion carries. Okay, the next three items on the agenda, is basically for information only with no action required. So, and Jason's gonna present, it'll be on emergency communication next steps, fire and EMS data update, and water strata solar facility brush fire update. So, Jason, if you wanna go ahead and.
Give just a minute, we'll get.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I can't see it. Oh, okay, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, I know that says roadmap. I started this, and we're going to just basically give a brief overview of where we are. What's been happening so far? Back in September of 25, y'all, we had a comprehensive fire and EMS study done by the Virginia Department of Fire Programs and the Virginia Office of EMS and Virginia Department of Forestry. They noticed a lot of gaps, especially in EMS. Staffing, communications was their big thing that they noticed. Also, the Fire Commission has met briefly, talked about it a couple of times. We have a chiefs meeting scheduled for the 18th of this month to come up with some more plans and try to put something more finite into place to bring back to you guys so that you can help us make this better. The communications side of this, Motorola's been in. The sheriff has talked to them a few times. They have found several issues with our current radio system. I don't know what they all are, but we do know that we found broken cables. Other than that, some of it's just not tuned. Doesn't sound like it's tuned right, from what I'm understanding. So that's a huge issue, and that's going to create a lot of issues. And we know that there's a lot more to be done with this. Something else we did, we placed North Halifax, EMS providers in North Halifax. We did that beginning of last year, and that's helped. And this was done, like I said, prior to the study. What's going to happen? This is the next 30 days. Commission is going to present, hopefully have some recommendations for us, for the board, after the 18th. That's what I'm hoping for. Establish a standard reporting cadence, quarterly reports and updates for the board so that you're aware of it. That's something that needs to be done. We kind of got away from it. We started doing it right when I first started here, and we kind of got away from it, and not sure what triggered all that. Radio communications issues identified and discussed. Again, we need to meet with Motorola and review the current system. I do not know a date for that yet, and we need to start get RFP out for an independent study to be done of our radio system. That was a recommendation from the study group. Over the next 30 to 60 days after that, we'd like to have some governance ordinance defining. Get the study going for the radio system and begin the countywide accountability system. And also direct staff to begin staffing assessment and training standards review. Training standards in this county are some of the lowest around. We have good firefighters in this county,
what our standards that we hold some of our departments to are not. Also, email that just came out today to me, starting in July, fire reporting must be done for them to, in order for our fire departments to get their ATL funding. Some departments have not been reporting. So I know that's a big deal. I'm not going to go over the recommended board actions because there are none for you guys, for y'all tonight. And that's what I have on that. We have not gotten very far with this, and I understand that, but a lot of this is stuff that we have just not had time to sit down and talk about, and we got to make time to sit down and talk about these things. That's communications and the fire study update in one. Any questions on any of that? I'll be more than happy to try to answer. If not, bring up the next one, please. Okay. A few weeks ago, we had a brush fire at the water strider facility, solar facility up at North Halifax in the Bolins area, in Naflee. It affected 14.7 acres. That is inside and outside of the facility, total acres. So fire originated, appeared to be at a single solar panel. If there was evidence of a short, and I've got a picture of what we saw. The state fire marshal did come in and rode up there with me the other day, and we looked at some stuff. These are pictures from the day of the fire that you're seeing. This is where we're talking about. That's the only panel that has damage to it up there. There are thousands of panels up there. This was the only one that had this damage. This panel has been taken off and being sent off for forensic testing to see what all happened to that and what caused it to do that. But that looks like something dripped out of it hot. It could have been a spark that fell out of it. We're just not sure. But as dry as conditions are, or as were then, that's what sparked that. We're 99% sure that's where this came from. So also with that, I think the burn ban needs to stay in effect. Statistically, solar panel fires are rare. And I'm not, a proponent of solar or against it. But tonight, I just wanted to give you an update of where we are with things with this. Most incidents traced to isolated component, and that's what this looks like. It looks like a single panel had a short in it and melted inside and dropped a spark, or had a small fire inside of it and dropped a small flame out and started a 14-acre fire.
How was the company notified? Who discovered the incident?
It came out of smoke in the area.
Okay.
And they got on scene. They found they knew the general area. They figured, they knew where approximately that should have been at. This was not on the large side of this. This was that smaller portion of the water strider that's on, I guess, the left side. If you're coming from down 40 from 501, the section that's on the left side of the road.
Okay.
It wasn't the large section on the right where they have their substation at.
So you saying that was less than 15 acres involved?
Yes.
Okay, and
that's total acreage. That's land inside and outside of their fence.
Okay. And did it get on adjoining property?
No adjoining property.
So all was on that property. Okay.
It was all contained to that property.
How much fuel was there? I know you have a grass fire, but it was. I mean, was it 3 inches, 4 inches?
Most of it's knee high.
Yeah. Oh, they had plenty of fuel there.
Yeah, it was a lot of fuel up there for it, and that was one of the things. And I know Dietrich and I talked about it. Not sure what the CUPs are for keeping the grass down. but that may be something we need to consider. Also, something else that was there, that see that road, look at how much smoke is there. If you're driving into that, you may not be able to see another engine in front of you or another person in front of you. So the road one way is fine, but if you're trying to drive vehicles trying to meet two ways, that could be a problem. So what we talked about was not allowing anybody to be on the inside and fighting everything from the outside and staying outside, because water and DC current don't mix. That's a big problem.
Who responded to this?
North Halifax Fire Department, Brook Neal Fire Department, and Liberty Fire Department.
Now, one of the concerns that Chief Waller at North Halifax had was, I think, perimeter access was one of the difficulties.
That's a big problem. Not just that facility, a lot of other facilities too.
That's something we need to be mindful of that as we move forward with solar, that getting around the
Perimeter
fence.
access, getting around, I got you, yeah.
Around the outside of it and the inside of it would be nice. I'm not saying that's what you got to do, but it would also provide a natural fire break also, so that it doesn't get outside of their container, if you had something to that effect.
You would think for fence security, repair and maintenance, I mean, it would be, access would be provided all around it, perimeter to get into, to inspect and repair when needed, so.
Yes, sir. What they have there at this facility is, it's roads going in and roads going between some of the panels and sections, and then it dead ends. And there's turnarounds. The turnarounds are great, but when you get a lot of green grass like you have right now and a lot of underbrush, the green grass is creating smoke, and that creates a lot of issues. And that's, honestly, I think that's where people saw it, because if it would have been this broom straw burning, I don't know that they would have even noticed it, because it would have been going up a lot more.
This might have been a good learning curve right here, without a lot of damage.
Yes, sir.
In this model, it was only one panel.
One panel.
Affected. Everything else, with this, everything's still operational, everything's correct.
Everything's working, everything was working fine. Some of it got sooted up, blackened a little bit, but nothing, from my understanding, was nothing damaged except for that one panel.
Okay.
Dietrich, have you heard anything else?
I just got a question, Jay. So that road right there, you said maybe 10 foot wide?
It's 12.
12 foot? And you're saying it should be maybe 20 foot?
Yes, I think you're outside. If you're going around the perimeter, it should be 25, so that two trucks can pass each other and meet each other, because if one comes from one direction, one comes from another direction, you want to make sure you got enough clearance. And if you did 25 on each side of the fence, one on the inside, 25 on the inside, and 25 on the outside, that's a 50-foot break. Now, that's a lot. That's a lot
of land you're using.
Well, we got a lot of setbacks built into our ordinance, which there'll be a lot of room to be able to provide roads.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, and like I said, I'm not for or against it. I just giving my professional opinion here.
Yeah.
Something Mr. Easley can look at. With our ordinance and what have you. It's a right big issue.
If I find out more about what actually happened with that panel, I'll make sure that you get a briefing on it, so that you have that information also.
Any more questions, comments? Thank you, Jason.
Thank
you. The next item on our agenda is item 8, Resolution 2026-12, Halifax County Employee Health Plan, pages 120 through 121, and Mr. Ben Harris.
Evening, Chairman and the board. Just a little background early March, I think it was a finance committee meeting that staff and I presented an increase in health insurance costs. And I believe me and Supervisor Oaks agreed that our current health insurance plan is maybe our biggest retainer as far as for keeping employees. So we discussed the possibility of the employer eating the costs of the increase. And I believe it was voted on already, I believe. But just bringing the information to the board tonight. From my estimates, I think it was around 130,000. It can give and take depending on who comes and goes and which coverage level and which plan and all of that. So the staff just recommends the employer eat the increase to the 2026-2027 plan year, starting in July. And if anyone has any questions, they can ask. Not a whole lot to it, but.
I just wanted to add that the finance committee reviewed that, but the resolution has to come before the board for approval.
Well, I speak to the finance committee, did recommend this and felt like it was a very important issue for our employees, and it helps everybody, and it percentage-wise probably helps the lower salaried employees more than the higher salaried employees. So we did recommend that we add this to our budget to support the health care plan for all employees in Halifax County.
So we need a motion to adopt the resolution.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Already, no?
Bonnie, who
Wasn't this recommended?
No.
Huh?
I think we already talked, no, we had.
Okay, that's good.
Motion to adopt resolution 2026-12, Halifax County Board of Supervisors providing an employee health plan and confirming the county participation rate and the employee share of the health premium fiscal year 2027. So Supervisor Oak, you
I make that motion,
made the
Mr. Chairman.
So a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been motioned by Supervisor Oaks and seconded by Supervisor Thompson to us adopt resolution 2026-12. Any more discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. The resolution is adopted.
Thank you. Thank you, Ben.
The next item is 9. Next item 9 is provide additional contribution for the already approved funds for the Trusha Waller track. And anyway, staff members, that will be, I think, Ron, you gonna present? And
Yes.
okay.
So in this particular case, the package for this particular item, there was a combination of tennis courts and the track. Based on the option that the board selected for the track, which was option 1 in the backup, we had already previously voted to provide $191,000. But as it related to the tennis court, if we provided contributions to the tennis court, it would have reduced the cost of refurbishing or resurfacing the tennis courts by about $80,000. And so that would have been the school system's contribution to refurbishing the track. If we were not to contribute to refurbishing the tennis courts, that would require the school system to provide an increased cost to cover ADA accommodations for the courts itself. And so with that, the recommendation here, picking option 4 as it related to the tennis courts, what the school system had recommended or had proposed, that would cause the school system to have the burden of $923,000 to resurface the tennis courts. And we would take on that additional $80,000 contributing toward the track, because the school system would no longer be contributing in that fashion. So the suggestion here, based on that support and the decision with regards to the school system funding the refurbishment or the resurfacing of the tennis courts, is that the board contribute the $80,000 that the school system would have otherwise contributed had the board given 400 or $1,000 more to the school system for the resurfacing of the tennis courts.
So what's the bottom line right here?
So, adding the $80,000, it puts the contribution.
It's 271.
271, yes.
271.
And that, we're partnering with the town of South Boston and the town of Halifax
That's
as well.
correct. Those contributions are still there. I think the town of South Boston is having their retreat on Thursday to discuss, and then the town of Halifax, I think in their next board meeting, will look at their contribution as well and vote on it.
And we'll still get a refurbished full competition track for the Tricia Waller track.
That's
And
correct.
it'll be there for our existing high school students to practice on and use. And at the completion of the athletic facilities for the high school, that will be a track that will be there that they could still use for practice, the middle school could use, and also the general public and use the track to walk on.
That is correct. And as related to the tennis court, certainly would still be left up to the school board to decide whether that's open or not to the public. And so if their decision is that it would be open to the public, the suggested motion here would be that the county take on the cost associated with the lights, meaning that any electricity bills that are associated with the lights, the county would bear that responsibility because the school system does not have tennis matches in the dark. I mean, at night, they don't have practice at night. So the sole purpose for the lights at the high school tennis courts would be solely for the public. And so that seemed to be a reasonable thing for this body to take on.
And this also includes the 50,000 from Hitachi.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct.
So will we have a system to regulate those lights and control, I mean, how they're used, whether you pay for use or whatever?
Yes, that can be installed, as I understand it. The metering for the tennis courts would then.
I think it's our responsibility at the county level. Because the school doesn't use it at night.
Correct.
So.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the recommendation and the motion takes into consideration if the school leaves it open, then that responsibility would be the county. But if the school decided to fence it and the public wouldn't have access, there's no need for us taking on the bill at that time.
Very good.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we provide the $271,000 contribution to the Tisha Waller track to cover the resurfacing of it, with the caveats that Mr. Braid spoke of, reference the tennis courts and the lights at the tennis court and the school board's participation level.
Second.
Okay, it's been motioned by Supervisor Oaks and seconded by Supervisor Witt for us to provide the $271,000 contribution to the Tisha Waller track to cover the resurfacing, and that if the tennis courts are open to the public, we would take care of the electrical bills on them. Any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. The motion carries. The next item on our agenda is, advertised tax rate for fiscal year 2027. It's page 156. Basically, Ron, you would speak to this one?
In this particular case, this is basically just seeking, refreshing my notes, the approval from the board to advertise for the tax rate for FY27. And so the board needs to provide the approval for us to go ahead and advertise. If the approval is granted, it should go in this Wednesday's Gazette to then offer the opportunity for public comment.
Any tax rates will be the same as they are, same they've been for the past 6 years, I believe.
Yeah, no increase from
Okay.
last year.
And also, through this budget process and up to the end, we can go down on tax rates, but we can't go up on them once we advertise.
Yeah, that's my understanding, yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we advertise the real estate tax rate at its current level for 2027.
Second. Okay, it's been motioned by Supervisor Witt and seconded by Supervisor Thompson for us to advertise the real estate tax rate at its current level for fiscal year 2027. Any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign, motion carries. Okay, pending matters unfinished business, our fiscal year 2027 budget calendar. And I think this was provided to us tonight.
Yes, the only minor change is for the May 6th budget working session with the board to change it from 5 p.m. to 4 p.m. There's an event, an educational event in Danville regarding the data centers that the entire board was invited to attend. So moving it from 5 to 4 p.m. would allow the board members the opportunity to transition to Danville to attend that event.
Okay, so looking at this budget calendar draft, we'll have the Finance Committee budget work session that afternoon to finalize.
Correct.
And then we'll have the entire board work session to go over the proposed budget.
4 p.m.
At 4 p.m.
Correct.
Then we will advertise a public hearing on the tax rate in the budget. And then, let's see, notice will appear in the paper the 8th.
That's just for the advertising.
Okay. The 19th, we'll have the public hearing on the tax rate increase and also the public hearing on annual budget. And when I say tax rate increase, it's not a rate increase, but it is an increase due to reassessments because the reassessments were higher than what they were before. So, and also a public hearing on annual budget. Then we anticipate at the Board of Supervisors meeting June 1st, we will approve the tax rate, approve the budget, and approve annual appropriations. And then tax bills will be mailed by June 15th with the tax due date being June 29th.
Yes.
Instead of the 5th. Anyway, is there a motion to approve this updated budget schedule with the changes noted from 5 to 4 p.m. Wednesday.
So moved, Mr. Chairman. Second.
It's been motioned by Supervisor Oaks and seconded by Supervisor Witt to approve the budget, updated budget schedule. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. The updated budget calendar is adopted. The next item on our agenda is supervisor's comments, and I'm gonna start over end of the table today. Supervisor Claiborne?
No comment.
Okay, Supervisor Thompson?
No comment.
Supervisor Witt?
No comment.
Supervisor Oaks?
No comments, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, now for me also. The next item is motion to enter into closed session.
I'll make the motion.
Mr. Chair, can I just make one note on the appointees? Mr. John Henry Beard, you see that he resigned from the planning commission.
Okay.
So he resigned due to unforeseen health issues.
Okay.
So he's in Mr. Thompson district. So just want to note that he did resign.
Okay.
He has some health issues, so we need to get a reappointee for finish his term for ED6.
Okay.
Just want to make that note.
And how long, when is his term?
I think his term is 2020.
He was just reappointed.
Yeah, so he got 4 years, 29.
29, okay. 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 We have to entertain a motion into closed session.
I make a motion to enter into closed session pursuant to Virginia Code Section 2.2-3711. Discussion of business of the county.
Okay.
Second.
We need to go subsection A1, appointments for committee members.
Okay. Subsection A1.
Yeah.
Appointment of committee members, prospective candidates for employment.
And
And then
also,
subsection A5, discussion concerning prospective business or industry or the expansion of existing business or industry.
okay.
Second.
Okay, it's been motioned by Supervisor Oaks and seconded by Supervisor Witt for us to enter into closed session. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Okay, we will enter into closed session and we will retire to the conference room on the other side and be back when we're done. Y'all care to wait?
Recording stopped.
I'll take that.
Okay, we need a motion to adopt a resolution for certification of closed session.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Okay, it's been, motioned by Supervisor Oaks and seconded by Supervisor Claiborne for us to adopt resolution for certification of closed session. A roll call vote, please.
Supervisor Riddle, Chair Roller,
Yes?
Supervisor Oaks,
Yes.
Supervisor Witt,
Yes.
Vice Chair Smart, Supervisor Thompson,
Present.
Supervisor McDowell, Supervisor Claiborne.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay. The next item is appointments. The first one is the Ag Development Advisory Committee, the section under forestry.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to reappoint Jeff Francisco, representing the forestry industry.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned by Supervisor Oaks and seconded by Supervisor Witt to reappoint Jeff Francisco to the Ag Development Advisory Committee representing forestry. Any discussion? If none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Okay, he's appointed. The next item is the Southern Virginia Higher Education Center Foundation.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to nominate Chairman Larry Roller to serve representing the board on the Southern Virginia Higher Education Center Foundation.
Second.
Okay, it's been motioned by Supervisor Witt and seconded by Supervisor Claiborne to appoint Chair Roller to serve as our representative of the Southern Virginia Higher Education Center Foundation Board. Expiration date on it will be June 30th, 2027. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Okay, the motion carries. The next item is the Tri-County Community Action Agency and appointment.
Mr. Chairman, I make the motion that we reappoint tiebreaker Wayne Smith to serve that on the Tri-County Community Action Agency.
Second.
Okay, it's been motioned by Supervisor Oaks and seconded by Supervisor Witt to reappoint Wayne Smith to serve on the Tri-County Community Action Agency Board. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. That motion carries. Okay. Just go over a couple of things. The next meeting date for the Board of Supervisors and Plan Commission joint meeting is the May 19th at 6:30. And also the next Board of Supervisors regular meeting is June 1st, 2026.
Don't forget about May 6th.
Yeah, well,
That's our public meeting, isn't it?
yes, we covered that in the, we covered that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true. We do have that meeting. I'm looking for my sheet. Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's cover that too, so. Yes, May 6th at 4 o'clock, we have a budget, working session with the Board of Supervisors here at this location. And then, I reckon we have now is we need a motion to continue our meeting Tuesday, May 19th at 6:30 for the Board of Supervisors and Planning Commission joint meeting.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Okay, it's been motioned by Supervisor Oaks and seconded by Supervisor Thompson for us to continue the meeting Tuesday, May 19th at 6:30 for Board of Supervisors and Planning Commission joint meeting. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Okay. Meeting is continued until then. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Deputy.
Careful. 9:10. I'm ready to go home.